hi, doggy. We are talking about The Room, the disaster movie from Tommy Wisseau, which, if you haven't seen, has become a major cult hit. Maybe the best terrible film ever, or if Tommy Wisseau puts it, I did this on purpose. It's supposed to be hilarious. It's certainly not a poorly executed serious film. And right now, James Franco is making a movie based on the making of that movie called The Disaster Artist. And James Franco will be playing Tommy Wiseau. His brother Dave Franco will be playing Greg Sestero, who plays, I believe, Mark in the film. And he wrote The Disaster Artist, by the way. But if you find any interviews from this man, I highly suggest you listen, because it leads to the effect of, I don't know what was going on. We met in an acting class. I was supposed to be working behind the scenes, but he fired the guy, and I don't even know. It's weird. It's very complicated. So I'm kind of looking forward to this movie. But the news is that it looks like there was a contractually mandated cameo from Tommy Wiseau himself, and he will be opposite James Franco, who will be playing Tommy Wiseau. What madness is this? I can't wait.
It's amazing to me. This whole thing is amazing to me because it is the most terrible movie you'll ever see. But for some reason, it has this kitsch factor that people have turned it into this generation's Rocky
there's
Horror.
Just so much going on.
Yeah, the plastic spoons. I love that people bring plastic spoons.
The mom just says, I have cancer, and they never talk about it once after that for no reason.
I love the arguments with his girlfriend. I'm just like, this is insane.
You're tearing me apart.
Like, all that stuff is so
Those
madness.
weird sex scenes.
Yeah. It's all unsettling, but it's a perfect Hollywood story that someone like James Franco, who's kind of out of the mainstream in a lot of his choices, but not in a good way sometimes, chooses to write a story about this because it is it's an underground
story.
Yeah, it's an underground cult hit, the movie, and then the story of it logically would have to be bonkers. So it just makes sense that they would approach this, and it seems like it's ripe for comedy, and it totally makes sense that Tommy would want to have in his contract that he would make an appearance in this film, which is probably his ego driving that to the point.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He reads as a kind of man who has a massive ego, but no understanding of the world or the things he's creating.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of plays it now as though, it's a hilarious comedy movie. You know, I'm a brilliant comedian.
It's a retroactive fit, yeah.
But none of the audience members believe this. It's at the point where
Or the cast members.
Or the cast members. Well, they were there. Their interviews are so fun, by the way. Fun in like a train wreck kind of way, but still fun. I enjoy them very much. Where I know one of the actors who dropped out, and he played the psychologist halfway through, and then he was like, I'm done, and he left. There's just this really weird, crazy thing going on behind the scenes, fed by an egomaniacal man who doesn't know that he has limits. And I guess that's kind of beautiful in a way.
It is. He's successful in some messed up way.
I mean, he's made a career out of it.
He really has.
I see him at many comic conventions with a booth. I've never stopped in, but I've seen him there.
He's like and you find these people when you wander into this land of Hollywood in LA. You meet these people who I call them reverse Forrest Gumps. They're so oblivious to their ego is so strong. They're so oblivious to the effect of what's going on around them that they're just doing what they need to do, and anybody else's issues are not their concern, because the overall goal of what they need to accomplish is what's important. And you know, you can say this guy is certainly their patron saint, because there's no logical reason this film should be amazing. There are plenty of films that are worse, or worse in fun ways, they should have caught on like this, but for whatever reason, the combination of factors, and you could never explain it, this film did.
I have a weird obsession with terrible films. I don't watch good films, but I'll watch Troll 2, I'll watch Birdemic. These films are garbage, but it's fun.
Please, you're talking to a fan of Hudson Hawk, so I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, I love that movie to pieces.
Was terrible.
Oh, it's the most beautiful film ever. Oh, I love it to death. I mean, the fact that you can sing old standards while you're pulling off cat crimes, it's the best. Swinging on a star, and we're going to take this money or the jewels or whatever they were stealing at that time. Yeah.
No.
I mean, my favorite joke is, there's 237 Wongs in the phone book. That's a lot of Wong numbers. Listen, that's a brilliantly stupid joke. A brilliantly stupid, look at the face. But you said you love bad movies.
That's a dad joke.
That's
I don't
right.
like, as a woman,
That's
I
fair.
hate all dad jokes. But yeah, I mean, we can argue. I'm having fun,
Yeah.
even though I'm sure that I have a different opinion on this movie than you do. Well, not The Room, though.
Oh, right, okay,
I think
yes.
we're on the same board with
Yes.
on board with the same way
Yes.
with The Room. And I love learning about it. And I think that this movie is going to be so interesting on that aspect alone, which is what happened? How is this coming together? As the podcast asks, how did this get made? You know, and it's really interesting to me. And I would like to jump into film theory, I guess, this way with these terrible films and what is going on with the people that made this, and how.
What's the worst film that you love? Like, what's the number one worst film that you are most ashamed that you love?
That I legitimately love.
Yeah.
I really like this movie called Bad Teacher, starring
The
Cameron Diaz.
Diaz one?
I know, it's terrible.
So horrible.
It's so funny,
It
though.
says so many wrong things.
Hey, shut up, everyone. We got a wig that needs to be found.
It has so many wrong things happening in there.
Yeah, I know it's bad. I know it's bad.
That's above Troll 2.
Well,
Interesting.
Troll 2 is fun, too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did watch that again, and I did watch Best Worst Movie, which is the documentary about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And that, I think it should be somewhat like that, even though The Disaster Artist is with actors.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my God! It's the best. How?
That's an amazing dramatic reenactment. That's amazing.
And then also a fly lands on his face while
Yeah.
he's saying it. It's the best. And also the worst. Audience, do you love good bad movies or just bad movies? And are you going to watch Tommy Wisseau play not Tommy Wisseau versus opposite not Tommy Wisseau? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.